Now on WJCL 22 Morning News, Ukraine under attack. Russian military forces have moved in. Explosions being heard across the country. The panic for thousands now trying to flee the country and how the U.S. is responding.
I'm not going to be happy until they catch him.
A father opening up for the first time after he says an Uber driver shot his pregnant daughter 3 times. What happened right before shots rang out?
Green paper tells you have 30 days to replace.
Why do you lie?
A candidate for state representative in Florida fighting with a female officer. His comments about her immigration status and what he has to say about the interaction this morning.
A man is behind bars accused of holding his girlfriend hostage, killing her son, and leaving him in a freezer for months. The secret note that alerted the authorities.
We have a lot to get to this morning, but first we want to take a live look outside. We are at I-95 and 204, where it looks like traffic is moving right along on this Thursday morning. We want to thank you so much for waking up with us right here on WJCL 22. Good morning, everyone. I'm Emma Hamilton.
And I'm Frank Solkowski. Let's go ahead and bring Jonathan Myers in here, our meteorologist, hard at work, getting that forecast lined up. And again, Jonathan brings some news of warmer temperatures.
Yeah, more warm weather. You know, I like this forecast. Just kind of copy paste what I had yesterday.
Makes it easy.
Yeah, makes it nice and easy for sure. As we start things off this morning, we are seeing temperatures outside, out the door for school and work. Not a big problem, actually fairly pleasant this morning. Upper 50s, low 60s for most of us, and definitely will feel more like springtime today, more like the month of May. Those mid 80s is our average in May, and that's what we're going to see this afternoon. Definitely, for sure, not feeling like February. Shorts and short sleeves throughout the day and sunglasses. We'll see plenty of sunshine all the way into the late afternoon, then mild this evening after work temperature around 70. So if you're headed out later this evening, no big problems. And you were looking at clear skies, maybe some patchy fog for some of us this morning, but by 9 o'clock that fog will be out of here. Overall today, mostly sunny. Today, tomorrow will be warm before some cooler weather moves in just in time for the upcoming weekend. We will see highs in the 70s Saturday and Sunday. That's really not too bad. And also tracking out the next chance for rain will be late in the day on Sunday. I'll detail more of this warm forecast. And of course, we'll look ahead to the weekend in less than 10 minutes.
Breaking right now, Ukraine under attack this morning. Russian military forces have moved in.
And here's what we know right now. We just learned in the last few minutes more than 40 Ukrainian soldiers and up to 10 civilians have died. This started after Russian President Vladimir Putin announced a military operation in Ukraine early this morning. Ukraine is now under martial law, and subway stations in some areas have been turned into bunkers as people scramble to flee the country.
Also, just into the WJCL 22 newsroom, Ukraine's president tweeting, "We will give weapons to anyone who wants to defend the country. Be ready to support Ukraine in the squares of our city," end quote. And here's a live look at the Capitol building in Kyiv, where, as you can tell and you can see, it's unclear what could happen next there, as those streets were crowded earlier this morning. Now things are thinning out as people begin to hunker down and brace for what's next.
We do want to go to our Ixia Diaz, who is in Washington, who's walking us through the new sanctions Russia is now facing.
President Biden will meet with G7 leaders today and address the nation to announce new harsher sanctions against Russia. Overnight, the president also spoke with Ukraine's leader, who's asking for blood donations as Ukrainians defend their country. Explosions in multiple Ukrainian cities. Russia's long-anticipated attack on Ukraine began in the early morning hours local time. Ukraine's president declaring martial law while urging Ukrainians to remain calm and stay home. But many people are taking out cash and trying to leave the capital city of Kyiv.
These are among the darkest hours for Europe since the end of World War II.
Russian President Vladimir Putin delivering an address overnight as the full-scale invasion began.
Our plans are not to occupy Ukraine.
But the world says Putin has violated international law, attacking an independent sovereign country.
The target is not only Ukraine. The target is the stability in Europe and the whole of the international peace order.
Sanctions, not just from the U.S., but also from Europe and other parts of the world, are aimed at crippling the Russian economy. So far, no countries have announced any plans to intervene. In Washington, I'm Ayixa Diaz.
The Russian conflict is having a major economic impact, with world stock markets plunging and oil prices surging. Of course, we'll continue tracking every development for you this morning, bringing you updates throughout our show. And the coverage will continue on Good Morning America. You can catch GMA right after our shows this morning, starting at 7.
All new this morning, we're learning what led to a terrifying situation near Atlanta. Police say an Uber driver shot a pregnant woman 3 times. Tori Cooper has what we just learned from investigators.
She was out of intensive care last night.
Kenneth Anderson says he still can hear the sounds of his 36-year-old daughter getting shot by an Uber driver outside of his house.
She doing somewhat pretty good. She'll be in there for a few more weeks.
Last Saturday around 10 p.m., he says his daughter ordered an Uber black car to his house, but a white one pulled up to pick her up. He says the two began arguing because they couldn't find one another quickly to start the ride. Tensions brewed throughout the ride, and eventually...
That's when I heard gunshots.
He says the driver shot her in the leg once and the stomach twice. They rushed her to the hospital, where she was forced to deliver her baby 2 months premature after emergency surgery.
They are literally on his tail.
Anderson says police are tracking the gunman as fast as they can, and Uber has removed him from the app.
I'm not going to be happy until they catch him.
Now, Uber issued a statement calling the incident, quote, nauseating, and is vowing to help police with the investigation. The woman's family has started a fundraiser to receive help with medical expenses.
All new this morning, a Las Vegas man is now behind bars charged with the murder of a 4-year-old found dead in a freezer. Investigators believe Brandon Tosland killed his girlfriend's son back in December, but they just found the boy's body on Tuesday. Authorities only went to the home because his girlfriend sent her daughter to school with a note saying she was being held against her will and that her son had been killed. Tosland appeared before a judge yesterday on multiple charges, including murder and kidnapping. Right now, he's behind bars without bond. His next hearing is set for Monday.
Green paper tells you you have 30 days to repay.
Why are you lying?
All new this morning, a body camera video of a man running for Florida State Representative yelling at an officer. GOP candidate Martin Hyde was pulled over for speeding and texting while driving in Sarasota, Florida last week. Police say he was arguing with the officer and insisted she call her supervisor.
Is it your Russian immigrant status that makes you talk to people like this?
Sir, you're going to be issued a citation.
Anything you have to say. I'll wait for the supervisor.
In a Facebook post, Hyde admitted that he was rude and belligerent during that incident. He said that he has apologized to the officer, adding that he'll do his best to behave better moving forward.
Well, right now, a winter storm crippling airports across the country. According to FlightAware, more than 1,000 flights have been canceled today. More than 1,500 flights were canceled yesterday. FlightAware says American Airlines is taking the biggest hit. Well, the State of the Port address is happening today in Savannah. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp will be there. And this is the first live State of the Port address since 2019, of course. We'll bring you the very latest on WJCL.com and on WJCL 22 News starting at 5 o'clock.
We are making the largest investment we ever have in the Port Infrastructure Development Program, $450 million just for this year. We're taking.
Well, right now, applications are open to apply for federal port funding coming from President Biden's bipartisan infrastructure plan. It'll invest a total of $17 billion in U.S. ports and waterways. Yesterday, I asked Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg exactly what this means for the Port of Savannah.
Look, folks in Savannah have always known how important ports are, but I think in a lot of other parts of the country, people are just dialing into this over the last 2 years as we saw these kinds of supply chain pressures, realizing that we count on our ports more than most people know.
Now, this is all part of the Biden administration's Port Action Plan, which aims to strengthen supply chains to meet rapidly growing demand. Again, we'll bring you the very latest from today's State of the Ports address tonight on WJCL 22 News. The time